Holy cow. I'm shocked, honestly. I mean, I just finished watching Invincible Season 1, and let me tell you, that was beautiful, brutal, amazing, fantastic. It was all kinds of words. I can't wait for season 2. That's the biggest thing I can say about this. I cannot wait for season 2. I mean, I have to talk about this, at least for a little bit. I have to give some sort of, at least a reaction video. I'm not sure if I could put into words of a review per se, but it's something that I just had to talk about because I watched it, and I mean, that was incredible. Keep in mind, I'm going to bring up a little bit of spoilers here in this reaction video, so if you haven't finished the entire 8-episode first season, go ahead and finish it because I will be talking about a lot of the things that are revealed at the end of the season, so just spoiler alert. So Invincible is based on the Image comic series of the same name, and it's about 17-year-old Mark, whose father is Omni-Man. He's basically Superman. He has he can fly, incredible strength, he saves people. He's Superman. And now that he's 17, he finally developed his power since he is the child of Superman. And from what this starts as, it's a cool coming-of-age story. Oh, he's a kid that's trying to juggle high school life and dating and just his world with training to be a superhero. And how do you live up to that expectation when your dad's Superman? He's the greatest hero anybody's ever seen. There's all kinds of monsters and foes that happen all the time, but he, Omni-Man always stops them and saves the day because he's Superman. There's also other heroes around, like the Guardians of the Globe, I believe they're called, and they're basically the Justice League. One kind of reminds me of Wonder Woman, one's kind of like the Flash, one's kind of like Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, etc. But at the end of the first episode, Omni-Man, just out of nowhere, kills the Guardians of the Globe, and I mean, it is brutal. And what I mean by that is not just because of a murder in general, but what they kind of do at the beginning of the first episode is it's kind of like a normal superhero series where bullets are flying off of a guy's chest and everything, and there's not really much gore. The same goes for here in the beginning. There's not much of that. It just looks like a You're Gone variety superhero series, when in reality at the end, when he's fighting other superheroes, it is the most graphic visually. I had to take a break after the first episode because you just see guts and brains and blood scattered all over the place in the most gruesome way possible. I mean, it is... The animators, bravo on those sequences, because my stomach would be ill trying to animate those types of things. The brutality of it. So anyway, it's just Omni-Man kills the Guardians and we have no idea why. And we really don't find out until the final episode of the season. So the whole season is mostly about Mark, the son getting his powers, learning from his dad, what can he do, and to juggle all his life and everything as a superhero and as a normal teenager. We meet other heroes along the way. There's ones that create the new Guardians of the Globe, since the ones prior mentioned all were murdered. And of course we know like the government agency that knows all the superheroes, keeps their identity safe, and, heals them whenever they're hurt in battle. And everything just worked so well. I loved everybody there. I loved Cecil. He was part of the agency that, knew about the superheroes, because he was just this no bull type of guy. I mean, we've seen guys like this before, but yeah, I've weirdly liked his character for some reason. I don't know why. I thought he was very interesting. And they also give depth to Mark's mother, because she's not a superhero. She obviously knows her husband is Omni-Man and everything, and Mark is developing powers, but her being just the normal human in this situation, being the wife and mother of these beings, these amazing superheroes, they give her a good added depth of how minuscule she can feel in the situation. Even at the beginning when Mark is training and she says, and he says, oh, make me go inside when he's mad. And she's like, you think that makes you strong because I'm your mother and I can't, physically do that? I like that because it keeps this superhero reality grounded in a sense of, what if we did live with these people? What if they were in our lives and they're our friends? And that's even more so what makes it interesting with Mark's friends too. Superheroes are awe-inspiring in the universe, but they're also fairly common. They feel common. Adam Eve, one of the girls that's in Mark's high school, she's a superhero as well. And she also debates, just like Mark, on if she wants to continue being a superhero. Life's tough. Being a teenager can be hard. Juggling all these things. Why would I stay doing this? These are questions that are asked. And they're questions that are asked by other superheroes that we already know, like Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. You ought to do something. But you know what? Hey, being a teenager's tough. I got to do this. I got to do that. Why should I go and try and save this person when I'm trying to live my own life? I have to give it to the animation, actually. Not just because of the brutality that I brought up before, because after that first episode with the, skull crushing from Omni-Man and everything and blood and guts everywhere, you see it a lot more often when people are getting crushed and stepped on by invaders or something like that. You'll see guts splatter everywhere, and it's crazy. But the character designs of not just the normal humans, they look very good for what they are, but the movements are so smooth with the punches and the flying and visually stunning. So not only the animation, but then the voice acting is top notch, honestly. I could talk about Steven Yeun, who plays Mark and everything, and Sandra Oh as the mother is quite excellent as well. I love Gillian Jacobs as Adam Eve, but I mean, everybody wants to talk about J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man because he's the perfect American man, if you want to call him that. He's got the perfect hair. He's got the mustache, which just screams American made, And yes, I do understand he kind of looks similar to when he was in the Raimi movies where he was J. Jonah Jameson. And he still talks like that, and so you can't help but see that similarity to him. But it just works out for him because J.K. Simmons' voice is so like that. He's got that deep, gravelly voice, and even he works in a calm demeanor when he's trying to think that hey, everything's fine. Hey, look, I'm a hero. I'm not hiding anything after he killed all these people in the first episode. But then when he gets really aggressive and mad and angry, man, it comes out beautifully. I mean, he deserved some sort of Emmy. I'm not even sure if he did earn an Emmy or a nomination or something like that, but he deserved it. His voice acting was fantastic. I'm just looking for words at this point. Amazing. Invincible. Obviously, the end is the thing that shocked me the most, which is that Omni-Man was not sent here as a hero, kind of like Superman was, from a dying planet, and to come here to save these, perilous people. He was sent here being part of an alliance to make people be part of their global alliance and to fight to be the strongest in the universe in a sense. And if you, resist what they do, your planet basically gets terminated. That's kind of what I gathered here. That was probably a really bastardization of how it is, but it was a lot to take in, and I was just in shock by it. I'm still kind of in shock by it, honestly. And of course, he fights Mark because Mark still believes in the good of the universe. He just believed in being a superhero. What do superheroes do? They help people, they save lives. It's what they're supposed to do. And the shock of Omni-Man just saying these people's lives mean nothing, and him just causing so much damage and death and destruction all over, and basically telling Mark, you can't do anything about it. These people are nothing. You will live thousands of years after them. Even your mother, she's kind of a pet to me. Could you imagine somebody calling your mother, like your father calling your mother a pet? Like, what? Oh my God. I know I've seen memes around. I know I'm a little late to the party. I never really got the memes, obviously, because I've never seen it. But now that I have, it's worse than I could have imagined. Obviously, the ending is so good because there is a little something in Omni-Man that kind of loves Mark in a sense because he did raise Mark. Because originally he just said, oh, you know, you're a child, you mean nothing. What's another 17 years? I can make another. And, you know, you just felt heartbroken for Mark because, you know, this is his life and it's just thrown into a big old loop. It was it's a huge twist. And it's one of my favorite twists in TV that I've seen in a long, long time. And so Omni-Man, you know, pulls back and just, you know, finally goes out like close to the sun, I believe Cecil said, and they had lost track of him. They heal Mark and everything, so they leave a lot of things open for the new seasons. If it be Omni-Man's going to come back, Omni-Man's people are going to be angry that he left his post, so they're going to come attack. Who can stop him? The new Guardians of the Globe, Mark as Invincible. Who knows? And of course they have all these other villains that came into the woodwork, you know, like this lion, tiger-looking guy. He just beat the ever-living crap out of Mark and all his buddies. A robot, part of the new Guardians of the Globe, being basically infatuated with Monster Girl. That's another plot that's kind of still left open. And the guy that he was fighting with, I believe his name was Machine Head, and he thought it was his boss, but he tricked Mark, and now he's like a big old crime boss. He's kind of like Kingpin. Like I said before, a lot of these guys were kind of based on other comics, Superman, the Justice League. This guy is kind of like Kingpin. So they leave a lot open here, and that's why I'm really excited for the new season. I'm so excited what they will bring and what they could do. I believe last I remember, at least as of this recording, they haven't really started on the second season's production yet, which is a shame because I can't wait. I know this came out about last year. It's 2022 now. This came out last year. Like I said, I'm late to the party, but I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what they do. I may even try and grab the source material and see what happens in that. I have no idea how similar it is, like if it's just the characters or even the or even the same story is the same thing. But I am really looking forward to that. But yeah, I wanted to just give my little opinion on this show. Really looking forward to it. One of the best shows I've seen on TV in a while. Yeah. I couldn't really give it any sort of rating, I don't think. I mean, I'm just, like I said, I just mostly wanted to give a reaction here because I'm just stunned. I highly recommend it on Amazon Prime. Go watch it. If you're squeamish, be warned, but it's one of the best superhero adaptations I've seen just ever. It's so grounded, it's so real, it's so brutal, but I loved it. So this was just my, hey, I just finished little reaction video. It's my first video of 2022. Happy to be back. I just had a little bout with, you know, hanging out at the Cove nightclub. Don't recommend it. But I got more videos coming soon. I got more video essays coming, more nostalgic videos coming along, and maybe even some vlogs sometime. I got a pretty big year coming up with a couple of trips. Maybe I'll do some vlogs for you guys and the little life of Richie, Dicky Poo, whatever I am on here. As always, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, or enemies I guess, and subscribe to my channel for more animation reviews, nostalgia lookbacks, and anything else I can come up with. Thanks everybody!